Hello students, welcome back. Today I am Anuradha from DPS Azwani Lamachar going to start another chapter. Okay, chapter is 11 and principles of biotechnology and tools of recombinant DNA technology. Okay, so first we will understand that here what we are going to study. We are going to study about the biotechnology. Okay, what we have to study here? The biotechnology and what are the principles which we are going to incorporate here to get a desired outcome. So now what is this desired outcome and how we are going to do all these technique here? First we have to understand that what is the biotechnology. See, the term indicates that bio relates to some living one. Okay, and when we are incorporating this technology in the living organism, that one is the biotechnology, right? So in a simple definition we can say that what we are going to do, we are going to do the use of this microorganisms, because microorganisms, they are also living one. Plants we can use, animals we can use, so whatever the living organisms we can use. Okay, and their component also, their cells, when we are talking about it. And what we are doing, we are getting the products. Okay, we are getting the products and processes useful to humans. Now what is the useful of humans? See, if any scientist is going to prepare or any product, so it should be in welfare of the human beings. Okay, so in this aspect we are going to study that how we can use this living organisms and their components to produce the products, and how we are going to process them for the useful or the for the mankind, right? So one by one we will understand it. Before that, one important thing which you have to understand, what is it? EFB. This name is very important. You have to memorize the full form, that is European Federation of Biotechnology. So according to this federation, it has given some another definition of this biotechnology. So how they have said that it is an interaction of natural science. Okay, it is an interaction of natural science and the organisms, cells and their parts. Okay, and the molecular analogs which is present here for products and services. Same definition for getting any products, okay, or for any services. What we are going to, we are going to incorporate, or we are going to interact this natural science as well as the molecules which is present inside it, right? Now another important thing, that this term is coined by whom? By the Araki in 1990. So that much information you must know about it. Now the question arises that when we are talking about the biotechnology, so what we are discussing about? Okay, we are saying we are going to make a new product, we are saying we are using the cells, we are using the living organism. So main focus we are in what? In the genetic material. Okay, and the genetic material is what? DNA and RNA. Mostly what we are doing, we are taking the DNA, right? And this DNA is what? Which is present in any organisms, and we know that any part, okay, any segment of this whole DNA contains specific gene, okay, which is very helpful. So what we are going to do in this technology, we are just cutting this desired gene. What you will call it? Desired gene, because it is important for the human beings, or it is important for anyone. So what we are going to do, we are going to cut the desired gene from the whole DNA, and then we are going to incorporate in any vector. Okay, one by one I will make you understand what is a vector. Then from this vector we are sending into the host cell. So in this biotechnology or the recombinant DNA technology, what we are going to do, we are going to cut the DNA. This is the whole segment of DNA, and removing out our desired gene from the whole DNA, and then incorporating into the vector. It can be the plasmid, right? I have taken vector, can be of different types. So here I'm just saying that we have used the vector, and then we have incorporated the vector into the host cell, right? So this is the thing in the whole chapter which you have to understand. So for understanding this part, what is required? The principles. Okay, principle, in which principles they are working upon. Two principle of this engineering, or we can say biotechnology, that is the genetic engineering, and another one is the bioprocessing engineering. Okay, so when we are talking about the genetic engineering, it means that something we are discussing about the gene. Okay, as I have said, what we are doing here, we are cutting out the gene from the whole DNA. So it is a part of what? It is a part of genetic engineering. Okay, why genetic? Because we are dealing with the genes. Okay, and engineering, something related to techniques they are adopting to cut it, right, then incorporating in the plasmid. So what they are doing, they are manipulating the gene. Okay, they are manipulating the gene, so it will comes under what? Genetic engineering, right? Another one is a bioprocessing engineering. Bio relates to living. When we have achieved this DNA manipulation, we will go for the processing. Why? Because we need that the things which we are going to prepare, it should be free from any microbes. Okay, it should be, we can say, fertile one. Okay, there should be no such type of inferiority, so that the sterile condition should be maintained here. Okay, first I will make you understand with the help of genetic engineering. What is it? It is a technique which is adopted by the engineers, okay, to alter the chemistry of genetic material. Same thing, as I have said, we are taking the DNA. DNA contains gene, and in genes you can see, or in DNA you can see, the composition or the chemistry is somehow very complicated, right? So what we are doing, we are altering the chemistry of the genetic material. Here the genetic material means DNA or RNA, to introduce into another organism. So what we are doing, we are altering the chemistry of this DNA for what? For incorporating into the another organisms. Okay, I have to send this desired gene into the host cell, but directly we cannot move this desired gene directly into the host cell. What is required? We require this plasmid, which will act as a vehicle. Okay, if you have to go, if you have to meet your friend, what you will do, you will, if he lives very far from you, so you need some conveyance. Okay, you need some vehicle to move from one place to another place. So you can use a cycle, you can go for the cycle. Okay, so this vector will act as a vehicle which will take this desired gene into the target host cell. Okay, so all this process which we are going to perform here, it comes under which part? Under the genetic engineering. Okay, as I said, to introduce into the another organism, and due to this, due to incorporation of this genetic material from here to here, what it will do, it will change the phenotype. And what is the phenotype? Phenotype is the outer appearance, okay, or the physical appearance. So if there will be change in any genetic material of this host cell, what will happen? The phenotype of this host organism will get also changed. Okay, so the whole process comes under the genetic engineering, right? Along with this, another principle is that bioprocessing. So during this process, okay, there should be maintenance of sterile condition. It means that it should be fruitful. Okay, if any contamination is there, we have to remove it. If we will not remove any contamination during this process, what will happen? The growth of the desired gene, or the things which we are going to move from here to here, it will not get achieved. Okay, we will not get success. So that processing should be also be very good. So it comes under the another aspect. And same thing, maintenance of the sterile condition for what? To support the growth of this desired gene which we are moving here. Okay, so to support the growth of this desired mic in the large quantities for manufacture of biotech product. And with the help of this technology, what we are developing, we can develop different biotechnological products, like we can manufacture the antibiotic, vaccines. How we are preparing all these things? With the help of this biotechnology. So it should be free from any contamination, it should be very fine, and everything should be clear here. Okay, so these are the two principles of the biotechnology. Then we will understand how we can prepare it, and how what can be the different step. So here the techniques of genetic engineering. Okay, we are talking about the first aspect, right? So in the first aspect, what we are talking about, how we are moving something from here, from the desired gene into the host cell. So what can be the technique? The first one, what we will go for the recombinant DNA combining. Okay, so for that, what is required? We require the desired gene. Okay, before going for any biotechnological aspect, what is required? There must be a creation of recombinant DNA. Okay, combining the desired gene. If there will be no particular recombinant DNA, how you will move into the host cell? Okay, so we will understand the steps which will involve here. Then gene transfer, as I have said, that gene should be transferred, and after that, maintenance of DNA. How this DNA is maintaining inside this host cell, we have to take care about it also. Okay, and when we are talking about the maintenance of DNA, we are talking about the gene cloning. What we are doing? We are making a new copies. We are making a new copies, and to make a multiplication, it is known as cloning, right? If you will recall some aspect like the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Okay, whole process we are following it is biotechnology. Why? Before that, people don't know about the biotechnology. So what they were using? They were using about the simple natural science, like they are going for the reproduction. Okay, in case of plant also, in case of animals also, or human beings also. So in sexual reproduction, what happens generally, or in not about the generally, we know that sexual reproduction leads to variation. Okay, if there will be no sexual reproduction, what will happen? The all individual will be same, and it is not the aspect of any improvement. For any improvement, what is required? There must be some changes, there must be some differences. Okay, and when they will undergo for the sexual reproduction, they will create variation in their subsequent generation. Okay, now if I will talk about the asexual reproduction, the use of asexual reproduction is to maintain the genetic material. Okay, if I have to keep the genetic material in the preserved form, if I have to keep any genetic material in the any sources, what I will go? I will go for the asexual reproduction. Okay, so these two are the importance of sexual reproduction as well as asexual reproduction. Apart from that, okay, there is some more technique, that was the hybridization technique. Okay, as the changes going on, what happens? That there will be another technique, that is hybridization technique, which is known as the plant breeding or animal breeding. Okay, plant, or we can say animal breeding. So in this technique, what they were using, they were using the same thing. They are using the transfer of genetic material from one animal to another animal, from one plant to another plant. But the difference is that in case of this breeding method, we are moving the desired gene as well as the undesired gene into the host cell. Okay, if I am saying that it is any plant, okay, if it is any plant, and this one is also any plant, so accordingly, if I have to improve the yield as well as the resistant power, what I will do? I will incorporating some gene, or just adjusting the pollens from here to this part. Okay, so due to that, what will happen? The genetic material, the genes which is present in this male plant, which we have maintained as a male, and another one I have said it is a female plant. So the genetic material get transferred into this female plant, and the phenotype which will develop from this female plant, it will be some change material. Okay, so sometimes what happens, due to this transfer of genetic material, the desired gene as well as the undesired gene both get transferred. But if I will talk about this recombinant DNA technology, in which I have said that I will take only the desired trait. Okay, I'm not going to take whole genetic material. Why? Because it contains some undesired gene also, which is not of my use. So what I will go for the cutting, or the specific cutting of this desired gene and directly incorporating into the host cell. By this, what will happen? We will get the desired material. Okay, that's why we are following the biotechnology method. This is somehow more precise than the plant breeding method, right? So understand that what is the construction of the first artificial recombinant DNA. Okay, the first time it was done by whom and how they have done it. Okay, so the first thing, it was achieved by the linking a gene encoding the antibiotic resistance with the native plasmid. Now first you will have to understand that what is this plasmid and what we are going to do it. Okay, so what is a plasmid? If I will talk about any bacteria, okay, if I will talk about any bacteria, we have done the internal structure. What is that? In this bacteria, it comes under the prokaryotic cell. So the nucleus, the genetic material is just naked one. Okay, this is the genetic material which is not having any nuclear membrane. It is not present inside any nucleus. Okay, along with this genetic material, the bacterial cells also contain some extra chromosomal genetic material. It can be one or many, right? So these extra chromosomal genetic material, it is known as what? These are plasmid, and these plasmid contains the circular DNA. Okay, it contains the circular structure. And what we are going to do, we are going to use this plasmid as a vector. Okay, why? Because it is a genetic material, it is having the capability to replicate itself. Okay, it will act as a machinery. So here what we are doing, in this technology, the first time when it was done, it was done in the plasmid of the Salmonella typhimurium. Okay, so what they have done, they have taken some resistant gene. And what is that resistant gene? Antibiotic resistant gene. I'm just taking one more example about the insulin. Okay, if I have to create the insulin, or if I have to manufacture the insulin, how we will do it? We know that when the body will not be able to produce the insulin, what will happen? It will be the disease of diabetes. Okay, the concentration of glucose will get rise up. So what is required? We have to incorporate this insulin from outside. Okay, so later on you will study that we have used different techniques. Earlier times, in very first times, what they have done, they have taken or they have isolated the insulin from the pig, from the cow. Okay, like this they have taken the insulin. But the insulin which they have taken from those animals, when they have incorporated into the human beings, they produce some allergic reaction. Okay, those people feel some allergic reaction. And because we know that our body always make antibodies against any antigen, and for our body they are just like a antigen, and they have created some allergic reaction. So what, how they have isolated this one and provided to human beings? Okay, later on then they have taken the insulin from the human beings. Okay, and that insulin which they have taken from the human beings and they have gone for the multiplication, it was the beneficial as compared to the earlier one. Why? Because now human and human insulin will be the same one. So how they have achieved this method? What they have done, they have removed out, for example, they have taken the example of antibiotic resistance. Okay, any of the gene which is antibiotic resistance for particular organisms. So what they have done, achieved by the linking a gene encoding antibiotic resistance with native means where it is present. Okay, if this plasmid is resistant for any gene, okay, or if from outside, if I will say that this is a this is a DNA, okay, and this particular part is responsible for the insulin. Okay, so what I will do, I will cut this gene which is responsible for the manufacture of insulin, and I will provide it into what? Into this plasmid. And I said that plasmid is a what? It is also a DNA. Okay, the extra chromosomal DNA which is having the ability to replicate itself, right? So DNA replication is what? Just to make RNA, then protein, like this they will form it. So what will happen when I will incorporate this desired gene into this plasmid? Okay, I will cut this part also. Okay, this is a plasmid. So what I have done here, I am showing with the another pen. For example, this is my desired gene. Okay, and I have to incorporate here into this plasmid. So I have cut this part also and this part also, and join it here also. Okay, so like this what will happen, the protein they will form from here, they will express itself and they will form its copies, right? So this is all about the antibiotic resistance. So this gene is resistant and we have incorporated here, and then we have made the copies. So one by one I have written here that what they have done, they have achieved this recombinant DNA technology by linking the gene. This gene is encoding for the antibiotic resistance, and this one is a plasmid. Okay, this plasmid is work as a vector. Then we have taken out and we have provided into the host cell when it is required. So plasmid is what? Plasmid of the Salmonella tympanium, right? Typhimurium. And here I have explained some definition which we have discussed here, that is the plasmid. Plasmid is what? Autosomously replicating circular extra chromosomal DNA which is present in the bacterial cell, right? So what we have done, we have taken this plasmid, and the technique it was done by, that is Stanley, Cohen and Herbert, right? This one in 1972. Then what they have done, they have isolated the antibiotic resistant gene by cutting out this piece of DNA from the plasmid of this tympanium, right? As I said, DNA cutting at specific location, and we know that when we are cutting the DNA, it should be very specific. Each molecular scissor or the things which we are using for cutting one, it is very specific. It knows that where it has to cut, okay, and where it has to join. So there is particular origin of replication also in case of plasmid, from where the replication will start. Okay, we will understand all these things here. So for what they have done, they have isolated this antibiotic resistance and then provided into the plasmid, right? Then cutting at a specific location, yes, that is molecular scissors. When we are using something for cutting this DNA as well as this plasmid, what are these things? These are the molecular scissors, and these molecular scissors are the restriction enzymes. Okay, we will understand that what is restriction enzyme, how it is working, exonuclease, endonuclease, restriction enzyme. So we will understand all the functionality of these type of enzyme. The only thing which we have to understand right now, that the things or the scissor which we are using here to cut this DNA as well as the plasmid, these are known as the molecular scissors, and these are the restriction enzymes, right? Comes to this cut piece of DNA. The DNA which I have cut from here, it should be linked to this DNA of plasmid, right? And then when I will stick this gene from here to here, some sticking material is also required. So that sticking material which is required to join the desired gene into the plasmid, what we will call it? We will call it DNA ligase. It's just a sticking material. Okay, we have cutted something and we have pasted somewhere. So for pasting, what is required? DNA ligase. Then plasmid DNA act as a vector. So I have said this plasmid DNA. Okay, now we have incorporated this desired gene into this plasmid. So this plasmid gene which is going to take into the host cell, what you will call it? Vector. Okay, just like in case of malaria, the plasmodium vector taken by the Anopheles mosquito and giving to the human beings. Okay, so it is working as a vector. So here this plasmid will work as a vector, okay, which will take up this recombinant DNA into the host cell, or we can say the desired gene into the host cell. Then it will form a new type of DNA and form the recombinant DNA. Okay, so it will act as a vector to transfer the piece of DNA which is attached to it. Then when this DNA is transferred into E. coli, okay, I said that whatever the things which we are going in to do in insulin, what we are doing, we are providing this one into the E. coli for their multiplication. Multiplication is required for what? Because we need different, if I will talk about the insulin, so I need so much quantity of insulin. So how I will get it? When I will go for the multiplication. Okay, so what I will do here, when this DNA is transformed into the E. coli, it will replicate itself very fast. Okay, we know that how E. coli is replicating itself. Okay, so in a very few time, it will replicate itself into this host one. Okay, and how the DNA replication takes place? With the help of DNA polymerase enzyme, which we have done in the DNA replication. What is polymerase? To increasing its chain, and due to the course of that time, it will multiply its copies also, right? So from 1 to, they will form, if it is a vector, what it will do, it will form different copies. What it will do, it will form different copies of what type of DNA? That contains this desired gene. We have created this one, and when I have incorporated into the E. coli, what will happen? All the things which will get here, all this contain this desired gene which is coming from here, and what we can do, we can taken out all these from here, and from one we are getting different copies, right? So with the help of what? DNA polymerase enzyme, and this ability of multiplication of antibiotic resistance, I said this is the resistant gene. Okay, and from this one I have created so many. Okay, so this is done in where? In the E. coli, and this method is known as cloning. Clone is nothing to multiply to get the multiple copies, okay, of this antibiotic resistant gene inside the E. coli, because it is using the factory of E. coli, because E. coli contains what? Different machinery of this plasmid, so it can replicate itself very fast. That much is there in whole of this DNA, how the first time it has been done. So we will understand this recombinant DNA technology step by step. Okay, and the tools which is required for this genetic engineering, you can recall from here. The first thing, that is restriction enzyme. We need some scissors to cut the DNA from the gene from here also and from here also. So what is required? The molecular scissor, which is known as restriction enzyme. Then we need cloning vectors. Okay, that vector which will move the desired gene from one host, from the donor to the recipient, right? Then we need the host organism also, from where to whom we are going to provide this gene here. Okay, so all of these things we will use in our genetic engineering in the next class. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.